Hi there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and this week I'm sharing all the cards that we made at our January 10th class. So if you've been paying attention, on Tuesday I showed you the Masked Valentine. We made this card with lots of different options. I'm missing one, there it is, for the inside of the heart. So if you missed that video back, you can go back to Tuesday. If it's been 30 days, you can go to my YouTube channel and see the videos there, because I guess Facebook doesn't share them anymore and I can't keep track of stuff like that. But anyway, so this was Tuesday's card, one of the cards that we made on Saturday the 10th. And then yesterday I showed you the Fun Fold Valentine card, right? So that was card 2 from our 6-card class on Saturday. And today I'm going to show you how to make 2 and share 1. So we'll do 3 more today of the cards that we made. So Alicia Ray's, those are the first 2 cards we're going to start with. She did this card. Now this one I didn't have the bundle, so I asked Alicia Ray to make me a card, and so she did, but then she shared the bundle with me, so now I can show you. So with this one she used this new Sunshine and Tulip stamp. Is that not adorable? So this here she just stamped with some Melon Mumbo, stamped off for the lighter color, and then used Full Strength for the darker color for the little tulip here, and then some Garden Green for the leaves, and then just drew the stem with the Stampin' Blend. She took and stamped the Thanks for Your Thoughtfulness on some Daffodil Delight cardstock, and look how cute that little card is. And then on the inside, the killer is this little roll of tulips right there. So that's, I guess we're at card number 3. That was part of our class. And then let's go ahead and make together card number 4. So the dies, so when you look at our packets here, we do all the work. When you come to class, we try to make it as simple and quick as possible as we can. And so she's die cut all these little pieces from the die. So let me show you what the die set looks like. It has this huge, what I would call a front of the card die that die cuts out this great big thing, and these little leaves here. I'm going to kind of get them to go forward so they have a little bit of texture to my card. But look how cute this huge die is in that garden green. Love this. This is, like I said, I didn't get this bundle, but after I saw Alicia Ray's cards, I definitely have it in my cart, and pretty soon I'll have it in my stamp room too, because I'm going to put it on my order. But there you go. Look how cute that is. Okay. Dies cut, has this huge label here, has these little outlines that you could put inside those tulips if you have the extra time to do all the die cutting. So let's go ahead and quickly make Alicia Ray's card. So I have a card base here, just basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and get that ready for our card base. I guess what I need to do first is I'm going to take some linen thread here, which you see was in the packet. I'm going to tie it around the center here and tie a little bow as gently as I can without folding my paper. Now I have a simple knot here, and then I'm going to find my tweezers, hold that little knot right there, and then tie my little loops and make a little bow here on my card front. Then I can slide it around where I need it. Oh, I almost lost the end. There we go. Okay, now I have my little linen thread around, because I am going to go ahead and, hang on, there we go, glue this flat onto my card. Now, I didn't make the card with Alicia Ray. I took a picture, and I didn't even look at the picture before I started the video. So I'm going to kind of guess as to what it looks like. And I think I want this a little bit more without tearing my paper. So I have room, there we go, over for my tag right here in the front, and then my bow can just be right next to it. Okay, so let me just go ahead and put a little bit of liquid glue on the back of this piece. And like I said, I'm not sure if that's exactly what Alicia Ray planned at class, but you can kind of do your own thing too. And I'm going to move or do the glue not where my thread is, just in case I need to move my bow around again. So got that on my tag. place this on the front here. Look how cute that is. And you pop those little leaves up. That gives you the dimension that you need. There we go. So far, so good. Then I'm going to just take and put a little bit of liquid glue inside these flowers and kind of just alternate all these little die cuts inside there. So I think I'll start, this is Gorgeous Grape. There we go. And on this one, put a little bit of Highland Heather and just fill in those little flowers like that. Look how cute those are. I was tempted. I was just thinking maybe I'll pop a couple up, but I think I'm going to keep them all flat. Now in this row, I'm going to alternate and go purple, or I should say Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and Highland Heather. That. This one right here. And then a little bit of Highland Heather here. And his card's coming right along. We'll do this one next. And we're going to alternate again and put some of that Gorgeous Grape. A little bit of Highland Heather. Some Gorgeous Grape. Make sure my bow stays done. And then we'll go back to the Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather. And now we have all of our little flowers in place. Oh, looks like I lost one. Where did my flower go? That's not good. Let's see. Do you see my flower anywhere? You're probably saying it's right there. But I have another one here just in case I did something like that. Oh, and you know what I did? I know what I did. Is we don't need this one here because we're going to go, he's stuck down now though. We didn't need the one in the center because we're going to cover it with a the label. But look, I have an extra one here. We'll just plop him down right there. Okay, quick stamping. So with that stamp set, I'm going to take the words that say, I lost the stamp set. Let's see what it says. If friends were flowers, I'd pick you. And I have to decide, do I want to stamp it in the Gorgeous Grape or do I want to stamp it in the Highland Heather? And usually I like my sentiments in the darkest color I can. Maybe it's because my eyes are bad and I do better with the darker colors, but I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape. And I'm going to stamp that down right here in the center. Let that ink sink into the paper. There we go. Look how cute that is. Excuse me. I love the font in this stamp set. Lost my tag. I'm going to take this one. This is another tag, the exact same. And I'm going to just cut it down the middle here, close to the middle. Add some tail adhesive on there. And a little bit of adhesive on this one. And then layer that back on there so it has just a little bit of border on the top and on the bottom. And then let's put some dimensionals on the back of that. And then add that to the front of our card. And what do you think? Look how cute that is. Adorable, quick, easy card. However, we need to stamp something on the inside, so I'm going to use that Highland Heather and that roll of tulips. And let's see if I can get those stamped at the bottom here. I'm going to start on this side because I know I'm getting my head in the camera too. Oh, but look how cute those are. And a little bit. And then we have that little row of tulips at the bottom, which I think is absolutely adorable. So there you go. There's both of Alicia Ray's cards from our class. like that, which I think are absolutely adorable. Let's make one more card from that class. This one is Mary's. Now, Mary did one card that's a shaker, and I'm going to make that card tomorrow morning here for you, and that'll be the last card. But this card, and again, I don't have a sample card because she made me a kit so I could make it here with you. All of our pieces are cut. This is, and she wrote notes. Let's go back to her notes. She says that the fancy leaf here, this great big delicate leaf, is from the Sympathy, Nature's Sympathy dies. Nope, Symphony, not Sympathy, Symphony. And I just got those in the mail, and look how pretty these are. So this is the stamp set that has all of these nice sentiments and huge leaves. And then look at this die set. It's got that huge die that you can see here that Mary cut for the packets. It's got a little leaf like that, and then it cuts out these two, and then it has like this wood plank kind of thing, some texture dies. It's just a really nice die set. So that's what we used for this card. And we're gonna first of all take our card base, which is just thick basic white, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Fold that in half. Mary has some nice Night of Navy cardstock here that's been textured or embossed with the birch embossing folder. We're going to just throw that right here on the front. Like I said, we try to spoil you and have all the pieces and parts all cut, so you just have to come to class and slap them all together, have a really nice card, get your stamping fix, but there's no stress and no fuss. Look how pretty that is so far. Okay, a little bit of that wood grain paper on a piece of basic white. Now, I should tell you, normally with my videos, I have all the measurements in my gallery. Now, since Alicia Ray and Mary designed these cards, I don't have the measurements in my gallery. So if you want the measurements, leave a comment and I'll make sure I measure them and get them to you. Let's put this up on dimensionals and put this onto the front of our card here. I guess I should also, or I would like to, thank everybody that came to class Saturday. It was Saturday the 10th. We did have a good time. We usually meet at a library. We get a community room, so there's room for all of us. And so it gives us a little bit more room to work. Okay, there we go. Got that. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure how Mary planned to put her card together, but we're going to put this on there, and I think I'm going to use some mini dimensionals just to pop that up just a little bit. And mini dimensionals fit on these leaves just right. So I am going to pop mine up on dimensionals. So with Mary and Alicia Ray, if you're watching and I screwed up your card, be sure and let me know in the comments what I did wrong. Now, I don't like, the dimension won't fit on this little stem at the bottom, and I don't like when they hang off or not secured down to the card. So I'm going to just take a little bit of liquid glue on that part so it'll hold down flat to the card. Get all those little backings off of my dimension. Did I get that one? Yes, I did. Okay, and then we're just going to put this and stick it, what do you think, right there? It's a little bit of dimension. Look how pretty that is so far. Okay, so now all we need is a greeting. There's a little scrap in our kit to stamp our greeting. And Mary used, which I am really happy with this set, these banner sayings, and this coordinates with the 3 banner punch. Love this set. I'm going to just stamp happy birthday, and since we're using Night of Navy cardstock, I'm going to use Night of Navy ink. Take that little happy birthday and ink that up and stamp it right here on our scrap that's in our packet. And then just punch that out. Now here's the tough part. Which punch do I want to punch it with? That? Do I want to punch it with that? Or do I want to punch? I'm going to use this banner in the center. Try to get it centered. Go. And then I'm going to lay this this across here. Now, since I already have dimensionals here, I'm going to just take a little bitty dimensional and put it right there. And then I'll take a little bit of tape runner, let's see, on this side to hold it down to the leaf. And then I think I'll put another dimensional right here. That should hold our little greeting in place. Oh, it's going to show, yikes, over here. I need to move my greeting over just a little bit, just like that. Okay, now as for embellishments, Mary says that she used the retiled Regal foil gems, but these are the gems that come with that suite, so I'm going to go ahead and use the, I don't know what that word is, the bronze gems here, like I said, that came with this suite. And just put a couple on there. Let's do a little one up here. Where do we want that one? Up here maybe? Sure. And then another one over here. And there we go. Look how cute that is. Very masculine too. That would work for the men in my life. However, we got to stamp something on the inside. So I'm going to take the smaller leaf that is in the stamp set, ink it up in some Night of Navy ink, and just stamp it down here in the corner. And then, of course, if I want to stamp something else, I can always do that later. But there we go. Now the card kind of coordinates with the outside, and it looks like that. So that simple, that quick. There's 3 more cards from our class last Saturday. Now, like I said, tomorrow I'll come back and show you Mary Shaker card from Saturday, and then you can see all the cards that we did for our class. Alrighty, that's what I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.